Okay, here's Mad Men season 6, episode 3, The Collaborators. This is an episode that's about boundaries. So basically boundaries in the business world and in the personal world. So let's look at Don Draper for a second, who we go into a flashback scene when he was a kid, when he's a teenager. We've seen many Don Draper flashbacks when he was in his 20s in war, when he was in his early, when he was 9 or 10, when he was living on the farm. Now we're in Don Draper flashbacks when he's a teenager, and he's really living in a whorehouse. And we've learned about this, what he said in the past, but Don Draper is living in a whorehouse, and it tells you a lot about what Don's boundaries are in terms of sexual. Like, Don doesn't really have many sexual boundaries. Perhaps that's why he's sleeping with his friend, his only friend he's had in years, his wife, and he doesn't really understand the boundaries of that. And this is what this episode's about. But Don has boundaries in the business world, where there's the whole thing with Heinz Ketchup wanting to, and understanding what the clients, the baked beans client, who's original client, he's the person he, as Don says, we danced with him first. He's the guy we brought to the ball. We're going to dance with him always. And Don has the boundaries. He's got a sort of moral ethical code, and it goes back to the Jaguar situation, where Don didn't want Joan to do that thing with Herb, and basically Herb shows up at the place, and he talks to Joan, and he has ownership over Joan. And as far as he's concerned, there's no boundaries, because Joan's already sold herself. And then Joan basically, when you sell yourself like that, you have no boundaries. She is a whore, and that's what Don is kind of like not wanting to see Joan as, and not wanting Joan to go down that path, because he understands it. But Don has certain business ethics, but the way he looks at Herb in the end, and kind of sells him out in the end episode, is that he has anger towards people like Herb. And I think that we thought that Don had kind of altruistic kind of motive when he didn't want Joan to do what he did, but it's more about Don's kind of personal preference about what he feels about people in general. But at the same time, what he's doing, he's just not a happy guy. And it's sort of like that metaphor at the end of the episode, where Don goes home, but he doesn't want to walk into the door. He just sits down outside the door. It's because he created this world again. And even Pete even said it. He goes, basically everything. He said, I'm paraphrasing this, but he said it in one of the scenes where it's like, everything is what you think it is not what it is. And that's what Mad Men's theme is all about. Whereas Don has this idea that he thinks he's going to be happy with his new marriage in this new penthouse in New York City, but he doesn't even want to go home anymore, because he doesn't even know what happiness is, because he's selling happiness to the masses. That's what's making great advertising, but he doesn't even know what happiness is. And of course, that's the underlying theme of Mad Men. So they're really getting into things. And of course, they have the Pete angle, where Pete basically is caught by his wife cheating, and his wife doesn't mind him cheating. It's just like, know your boundaries, where you can basically cheat on me, and that's why we got you the apartment building in New York City, but don't cheat on someone who lives 3 blocks down from where we live. And it's sort of about Pete not understanding the boundaries of basically infidelity. And it's great seeing with his wife, where they come to terms with each other. And of course, you got Peggy, who basically tells a secret about Heinz Ketchup, that in confidence, that she heard from from the Mad Men guy, from the Draper Price art director. And so Peggy tells her boss about the story, and she doesn't know the boundaries, where the boundaries go in the business ethics world. So basically, we're learning about where people's morals are with the boundaries that they have. That's my review of Mad Men season 6, episode 3. Don't you love that Mad Men is back? That's my review.